Newport for inviting and collaborating with the Connecticut Storytelling Center and the Connecticut Humanities Council to bring a storytelling stage to the Sea Festival this year. We've loved being here with everyone. This is a Connecticut historical nautical tale from my family. George was born on the banks of the Quinnipiac River, 1835, and turned loose as a boy on the city of New Haven when the harbor was filled with the ship's masts like a forest, and you could walk across it without ever touching water. And he was left to his own devices within the city of New Haven, for his father, the sea captain, was gone for long periods of time, and a boy could find so much adventure in New Haven in the 1840s. And being friends with sea captains and let loose with a fishing pole and a little skiff, he ran into the ghost of New Haven. He got caught in a great storm within the arms of New Haven Harbor and barely missed being sucked out of there. And then at 16, his mother sat him down. 16 was late to not be in school or apprentice to some vocation. She let him have that magical boyhood as long as she could, and she said, "Son, this is the day. School or work." He would not add the financial burden to his mother's burdens already of going to school. And so he took that fishing pole, a small sack with his personal belongings. He was off in the city of New Haven, his fortune to be found, and he looked in the rug shop. But on a foggy, misty day at Seaside, they smelled like such a flock of wet sheep. It was not for him. He went into the pharmacy thinking it was scientific and helping people. His mother would be proud of that. And the medicine smelled foul, and the people whined with illnesses and needing help. And oh no, there was no adventure to be found in a pharmacy. And he went wandering the streets of New Haven, and he couldn't find a thing. And he sat on a park bench on the edge of the green, across from the corner of Church and Chapel. If you know New Haven, Dunkin' Donuts is there now, but it used to be so much better. He sat there, what am I going to do with myself? I have to have a job. He needed a meal right then and there. He was a growing boy. There was a beautiful girl across the way at the corner. She had long blonde curls that draped down about her neck and an evening gown that was floor-length and gilded trimmed. And she stood there staring out across New Haven for such a long time. He finally mustered the courage up to go over and see what kind of wood she was cut from. For she was a figurehead who stood guard below her master's shop. And he climbed the 2 flights of stairs and went in, and 3 apprentices worked at the carving, and the master shaping the hands and features of these beautiful women. And this was a place where he might find adventure. And so he too became an apprentice and sat at his table on the evenings and slept in the man's house and befriended the 3 other boys and took packets to New York City to draw the tailboards and figureheads of other ships from all over the world so that they would have new patterns. But one day, on off time, walking past an open window in New Haven, he spied a man painting a portrait of a woman with lips so real you could kiss them. How does he do that? He went in to ask. And so George, that boy, now an apprentice for several years, sat down and began to take painting and drawing lessons with the master. And his ship carving master saw the talent and said, "Go, half-day work and half-day painting." 1861, you find young George, 26 years old, sitting in the White House, in the office of the president. George Stearns, the man who painted Abraham Lincoln, and maybe genetically why I'm here to tell stories to you today. It's in the family.